Looking at the situation here in Australia, Sky News host Harry Markson revealed that police sources in New South Wales are highly concerned that the Albanese government may have given visas to Hamas supporters, saying inadequate security checks could put community safety at risk. Security sources told Sky News that far more rigorous background checks were done on the young children of ISIS brides than Palestinians arriving in Australia from a terrorist hotspot. Can I get your thoughts on this, Joel?
So obviously this has been developing over the past fortnight of the parliamentary sitting period. All I can say is that I know we all know collectively little. To make an informed judgment is difficult because there seemingly is a lack of transparency coming from the government. It's exactly what procedures were implemented in issuing these visas. Now, from what we understand, these refugees from Gaza came out on visitors' visas. It is still unclear as to why they were granted visitors' visas, where the precedent of bringing in refugees from conflict zones was to offer them a special visa status, where certain checks could be done in third-party countries, biometric testing and records could be maintained, and those security checks could be done in a formal and it could be processed offshore before granting the visa to allow those refugees onshore. Now, critically, Gabriella, it's really important that this debate should not be about whether or not Australia is either sympathetic or opens its doors to refugees. We understand that it is a conflict zone and there is the plight of the Palestinian people is real, even though it is clearly our position, and I would stress this, that this is all due to the actions of Hamas that rules that enclave. But to suggest that, so we accept that Australia has a humanitarian ability to help people in need, and that should be done so. But it should certainly not be done so firstly and foremostly at the expense of our national security, and secondly, should not imperil our national security for potential domestic gains or domestic political gains, as has been insinuated in this case from the government. So I think the government had the opportunity to come clean about exactly how the process happened and why, and whether or not departmental advice differed from the process that they had agreed to do, but they haven't done so. So I think question time has been quite a bit of back and forward with questions from the opposition, with little information coming from the government. But I see that this story will continue over the coming days because the information that is being requested is not overly forthcoming.
Joel Burnie, Executive Manager of the Australia, Israel and Jewish Affairs Council, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour.
Thank you, Gabriella.